no. Except Rajshekhar, no one else is talking. Urban Guru, Urban Gabru has joined. Urban guy, Gabru guy.
With what do you think, bro? Any specific
Sorry,
content today?
I'm doing a college assignment right now. I'll start, like, I'll communicate in 5 minutes.
Okay, okay, sure.
Sure.
Anything interesting, Suresh, in your head?
Nothing as of now.
Like
I've
a
watched. I've
topic or
been watching
somewhat?
this thing called Tuesday Terror, Terror Tuesday on Netflix. Not that great, except one story. I've seen few episodes. So
How was it?
I've seen 4 episodes. I guess that 10 or 9 episodes. I'm still at the fourth episode. Only the second episode is good, and rest all are pretty much okayish. If you got time, maybe you can watch it.
Well, I have started this new thing, which is like mm, camping horror freaking incidents and accidents, like the blogs which comes from forest reserve area, right? So there is a magazine, world magazine, sort of. They only focus on dense forest and anything's happening on trekking, something wrong or anything like that. The target audience is paranormal thing happening in forest regions.
Oh,
And what the stories are creepy, dude. I'll send you the link of it. It's on
it's on.
Discord as well, but it's amazing. Discord, like
Oh,
it
okay, okay.
started from Discord, I guess. How I got it, but I'll send you the link. It's amazing, like true things, and they're revealing their identity in few of them as well.
So
So
are
it's
they
nice and
paranormal
creepy.
or are they something to do with wicked people, psycho?
Mostly creatures and paranormal as well. Few paranormals, like they have like deep cabins. You know how they get these tribes photos, the
Mm-hmm.
UN and all people,
Mm-hmm.
the tribes which are not connected to humanity, as in the
Oh yeah,
world.
yeah, 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 yeah.
What they do, they make a certain cabin up in the trees.
Okay.
Okay, and they have that their food and everything. They're not supposed to move at all. The person who has meant to be there, right? The job,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the passageway for the tribal people in somewhere different season or somewhat. So they wait for it for few months and all that, and they just click the pics silently. Early 90s, it used to happen like that.
Oh.
This is how these National Geographic photos and all these historical photos are captured in the forest and Amazon
Yeah.
forest and Andes mountains as well. People were like snow peoples. They don't come out usually. They had their own caves with one mouth, so they were not, happy to invite anyone
Oh,
with the.
like the people we have in Lakshadweep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they still endangered, although they've given protection not to intervene because they are quite feeble in terms of allergies and many human diseases which we are capable of burning out.
Yeah.
So you decided to let them be there only and try to save them from distance.
Okay.
So these people have like this event is like original. I know for the fact that these sort of pics and these historical pictures, which we now see in books
Hmm.
of our education system, that these tribals are connected at that time, first 1936 and all that black and white pics. They have their legit stories that what happened in dense forest where these local tribal people live, and what is the mystery of forest. So they were like some voices are like they'll uh, make you so depressed in an instant. Some forest noises.
What is the name of
And
the
when
series?
I don't know, it's like I'll send you the link. I just have a link of it.
Okay, sure.
It's like a magazine which focuses on these only these sort of blogs and stories recognized.
Oh,
So these people like very different things, which only different things nowadays will little bit spook us. On a contrary, as in a group of supernatural lovers, right? We know basic things that this usually happens here and this usually happens. This is spooky and this is what we expect things. But that those people were like telling us something which was really disturbing and amazing to even feel. Like, how can a noise can make you instantly depressed? Just a natural some bird or whatever it was.
I mean, there are few frequencies that can actually give you the depression frequency, dude. Like if you have seen this Manjumal
Out
Boys
of
recent.
random, yeah. Out of random, that is very scary. Yeah, if you're experimenting
Getting
to
that in nature is scary.
what like
Like that present in nature is scary. Like we can enact and make now in labs, that is common.
yeah,
Hmm.
But
exactly.
in
The
nature
random,
sounding those is scary part.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, that surprise element, that randomness is what makes it unbelievable scary for them. And then like bison and these bull sort of animals, they're walking in two legs. That was scary for me because that I thought it was legit, and I still believe that was legit. And it was like intense when they come into that thorny bullshit plants, right? They start walking on two legs, like rare legs.
What?
Yeah, at night. These sort of things, I was like, what they're telling. And they seems like legit 75 year old, proper retired person, and these sort of who used to do these sort of crazy things in their 90s, like our 19th century. And they were curious about forest and nature, so they took that ranger job and whatever it was. They have these sort of crazy stories. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, but is it an audio thing or we have to do we have to read through it?
Yeah, mostly it's blog 90%,
Okay.
and now they're preparing like a small audio vlog session. So I'll share the link later on. I'll have to find it out. But
Okay.
yeah, I was doing about some blogs. I was writing some things as well. So I refer to it.
Oh, you're writing a story, is it? You.
No, I started this thing, telling about this thing from that I was at that time. No, I was writing about things,
Oh, okay, okay.
and it intrigued me when nature meets paranormal. Paranormal in city life, it's not that spooky, is it?
I it could be the kind of things which you're experiencing. I mean, you the thing which you experienced is spooky, right? You got scared and you ran out of your house, though
Yeah,
you're living.
exactly.
So I
Then the
don't think.
comfort of people around you just by you
Yeah.
separated by bricks. Don't you think so?
Sorry, what?
I mean the comfort that people are around you, which are separated just by bricks. Even that is a thing when you go into nature,
Hmm.
you will appreciate that later on. Because nature, my God, if it's if it's mixed up paranormal,
Hmm.
oh, spooky, it's too spooky.
Seriously, man. Ritu has shared some mantra on YouTube, like comments, dude. Just wanted to know the mantra to just I just got to know the mantra to break black magic. Om Hreem Shreem Hum Fat. Say it 108 times to break it. It seems it's Bala Bagalamukhi mantra. Thank you, Ritu. She's the second person watching it live.
So it's going live.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been uploading videos for a while, right? And we have been having great conversations. At least the last three conversations were pretty nice, and I couldn't record it because of some space issues. So I thought maybe I'll just do a live, and live gets uploaded automatically, right? Once the live is done.
Yeah, it's automatic. Yeah, got
Yeah.
it.
Just in case Deek Sharma gets into it.
Dig.
Deek, I hope you're reading that mantra, dude. So I guess we can ask the same question, Himanshu, which you put in across last week to the new folks here. What would they prefer? Would
Oh
they,
yeah,
guys? So to the new folks who were in there last week, or the people who were in there last week as well. So yeah, Himanshu, maybe you can go ahead with the question. The three places.
yeah, guys. If you feel think, yeah, you have to vote around it. So it's a nice, intriguing question, although. If you're alone, what would be the scariest thing and scenario as an environment for you? Like completely stranded in desert or alone in a long wavy ocean, that too with thunderstorm and all that, or a deep rainforest, or what was the last one, Suresh?
These were the only three: a deep rainforest, a desert, and ocean.
Glacier.
Oh,
Glacier. Uh,
glacier. Yeah.
and the the white glacier where you can't see anything but just snow. What would be the scariest thing if you are in person? Just imagine about it. And what environment will scare you to death?
Okay, we'll go
So
with each person. Rajshekar,
yeah,
Still thinking.
what
no,
what
it's
which will
not about
which place will be the
things.
scariest and
What
why?
if it
Why?
scare you the most?
Maybe the glacier one. Maybe I fear
Uh,
of getting uh, too cold, frozen,
got it, got it.
Okay.
and getting
Arpana.
stuck in the ice, struggling to breathe.
Yeah, these sort of fear people. Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Okay. Suffocation. No, less oxygen and uh,
Yeah.
uh, yep.
Stranded alone on yeah, cold temperature. It's quite
Urban look.
scary.
Sorry, yeah. Please go ahead. Humanshu, you're asking something.
No, it's quite scary. I just commented on it. Yeah, Urban Bro, you can go.
Urban.
Yeah, although it's not, it's not my actual name.
Oh,
I just it's my first time joining in this meeting. I saw the link and then I saw the YouTube live. I just wasn't comfortable coming with my actual name on the call, so I joined from another email ID.
sure,
I
sure.
hope it's
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Uh,
maybe we can know your name then.
my name is Gunjit.
Hey, Gunjan. Hi.
Yeah. Okay, great. So I think it's a very nice question. I think no brainer. I would pick rainforest. Uh, the reason for that is first of all, rain and a lot of thunder noises and everything. Like, the noise could definitely scare. And secondly, I know with rain and forest and everything, it will darken the overall impact. It would make it look a lot darker, even if it is, let's say, afternoon or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hmm.
so, in general, fear of being alone, fear of some animal, chasing you down, the fear of the rain, fear of thunderstorm, lightning, and all those things. Everything will just accumulate into one thing and will just scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sudhakar. Subhaskar.
Yes, Subhashkar.
Subhashkar. Bro, are you there? Okay, we'll come back to you. Yadav. V. Yadav. Did people leave? They left with only names.
No, no, I'm there. I'm just listening to the stories, and there are good stories, but I do not have anything to share at this moment. I was not able to, you know, get such experience till now.
Okay, then. What about the question that Himanshu has put? Which would be the scariest place to be standing alone?
Scariest place, I do not think yet because I've been staying alone for 16 plus years. So all the other places, whatever you guys have mentioned, would be okay. But I think the desert would make a few changes to your mind because you would be stranded alone there, nothing to see in sight. So that would
That's good.
make your mind, think and give you a different kind of perspectives, I guess.
Oh, that's yeah.
Because all the other places you will see some kind of traction. So there your brain will cooperate with all the things. But in desert it's all empty, so that would make play.
Nice. But
Nice perspective as well.
exactly. But how can sea? But you're talking about a completely wavy sea, right? I don't think you'll find anything over there. The same thing with desert as well, no?
Wavy sea and all, you'll have fishes around, right? You'll have sea creatures and fishes around, so you could see at least something happening in the night or maybe in the day, rain,
Hmm.
something or the other things.
Okay, so you wouldn't be scared being stranded all alone in an ocean then?
No, not be scared, but
Comparable.
comparably
Okay.
to the other things, I would be scared of, not for the spooky stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Yeah. Devanshu, before Subhaskar, you there?
Hello, I'm listening.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what would be your answer? Which would be the scariest place to be standard on, to get standard on?
Yeah. New places,
Sorry.
new dark places.
No, in the four options which we've given, the four options are: is it a desert? Your standard, your stars.
Maybe he was not listening at that time.
Yeah.
So the question was what would be the scariest environment of the scenario for you? You're alone in a desert, or you're alone in a glacier, completely alone and stranded, and or you're alone in a rainforest, stranded alone. Yeah, obviously. Or
Rainforest, obviously.
Why?
It's very scary.
personal choices, no
Sorry, what?
Yes.
personal choices.
I mean,
Yeah, actually, that's the reason. Yeah, that that's gonna Himanshu, you're gonna tell us the right, but personal reasons. So yeah. But yeah, let them give some explanation if they want.
Yadav, you want to say something?
No, nothing. I was just laughing at
Okay, okay.
that.
No, I mean,
पर्सनल रीजन इन द सेंस नीचे से कुछ कीड़ा वीड़ा ऊपर चढ़ जाएगा या अंदर से हाथ डालेगा कोई झाड़ में से.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, even
Many
most of us over here have also chosen
That rainforest.
rainforest.
Yeah.
Rainforest.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
That would be a coolest
And
place, right, to hang around because you'll have a lot of creatures around in the rainforest. So
Perhaps
why would be
everyone's
and
everyone's
I don't know.
imagination of a
the trick,
rainforest is different, right?
the
Like
trick
someone
is
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
the
मतलब
trick is
I
you have to
no
think
rainforest after what? Like in
after
the dark.
48 hours. After 48 hours, you'll be thinking the same thing. You can cool, be fun in a rainforest. Things change overnight, and forest is scariest thing at night, and so beautiful it in the that s- afternoon or the day all daylight.
yeah.
So I would be saying that in the night you'll see the shapes and structures from the
Many
trees and all.
The thing is, nature will spook you at times when you're so vulnerable,
Yeah.
when you're about
Mhm.
to sleep. Because I have been, in rainforest. I have camped a lot, and I thought
Okay.
it's normal and I can take it on. But even
Hmm.
like I was just deep, like 12 kilometers deep from the nearest village. Still, it was so scary at night. You won't be able to sleep like for straight 15 minutes for sure, even you think you're a calm person. That is the first experience if you're alone in the rainforest. It's quite loud at night, I believe, and not those audible frequency which we are used to.
Hmm.
It's certainly very different, which is the vibration will spook you up. So sometimes nature can spook you. It's not about spirits. It's not about some shadowy figure. It's about something you're not experienced yet.
Okay. So I'll tell you my experience. So since I was scared that we've been in kind of such place because I've been born and brought up in Hyderabad,
Okay.
and I seen Hyderabad as a city. for the going from plain jungle desert to concrete city. So where we used to stay near high tech city,
Okay.
it's just beside 3 kilometers from there. So it used to be a lot of open ground, and there was a kind of a forest and big boulders and rocks, too many. And there this police first battalion is there in Yasogura, so they used to do their trainings and all in that area. So those rocks and all this forest, it was very used to us. So we used to go there as a kids, and we used to play there, and we used to hang out there. And during this Navaratris and Ganesh Chaturthi, all these festive times, for whole nights we used to walk around all those places in the nights.
Hmm.
So it was a complete nature around and all that stuff. So there, as you said, there are a lot of frequencies and noises that we are not used to, right? So the tiniest
Right.
thing we can hear in the night in those places, like very different kind of insects, or crawling from somewhere from beside
So
you,
yeah,
or
yeah. If you can't
yeah,
see anything, your other senses got amplified as well. You're taking
right,
the enough information in. And yes, voices, sometimes you feel you can take any voices, you can take it, but sometimes they spook you in some internal level so much that
yeah,
you'll definitely think about it for 3 straight hours. So sleep is gone. Sleep is nowhere near.
But again,
yeah,
the scenario which it's a known forest for you or a known place for you. But if it's
yeah,
a
yeah. It's
forest,
a known place for us from the
yeah.
childhood, so we would not worried much about, because we know all the area and we know all the place.
But I mean, at least my perspective was when Himanshu has asked this question last time. My perspective was the other three places: desert, ocean, or glacier. Right? Death is pretty close to you. There are only two chances there. Either you're gonna live somehow, or are you gonna die. There is no other alternative there. Either in the deserts, you either die of thirst, or you either die with hunger, or you die because of the heat, something, or sunstroke. In
Right,
glacier, you'll definitely you'll have a cold, you'll be frost, you'll have a cold bites and everything, frost bites and everything, you'll die there. If it was in a wavy ocean, there could be chances, there could be a big storm and you could die within the land thing. So there are only two extremes. Either someone can come and save you, or you would just die there. But forest gives you a hope. That's what my explanation was. If you're in a deep jungle which you have never been to, and it is a completely if it was completely filled up with trees and everything, it gives you a ray of hope somewhere, that if you just go on a path, you will find civilization somewhere. Maybe you will find a fruit somewhere, maybe you can find a small animal which you could kill and eat. So you will live on that hope. So
so again you are drifting from the topic, I guess, Suresh, because we were I was mostly thinking on the lines of spookiness in terms of these places. So if you're talking about the survival, so forest is the easiest way to survive, right? Anyways.
No, no, the thing is, here survival and spookiness are entangled.
yeah.
If you're spooked, you won't be able to survive much longer.
Mm,
So
yeah,
the
that's
mind,
true.
mind comes in play. So wherever you think, maybe you think the rainforest is the scariest thing for you. Maybe I feel the desert is. Still, it comes to your mind, right? Where you can find your nerves and stay logical and think. Okay, it's not something scary or paranormal. It's something logical or practical. But when that line disappears, then you don't know how to even survive or how to clarify things in your head. What is logical or what is practical? What is going on with you?
Yeah, yeah, true.
So that
No,
is why
I have.
this question is although very I got it from Google itself, but
It's all open, right? It's all open, and
Yeah.
depends on the people how they grew up and what they have experienced
yeah,
in life. So
actually
again,
it was linked with the personality also,
right?
but now I'm all confused about it. But it was yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
kind
okay.
of experiences the phobias we have. Like each one of us have different phobia. Another option I would add is walking on a very thin rope from very tall building
Oh,
from 50 floors. Like if you have
Yeah,
phobia of heights or phobia of getting stuck in the water, getting fear of water,
But
or
you can't be stranded alone in a rope, right? You have to go
but
there.
may not be a rope, only a 1 feet wide path you have to walk.
on a cliff.
Okay.
Oh, walking on a cliff. Shit. Dude.
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
yeah.
So guys, actually, they didn't explain you. Depending on your answer, Himanshu will tell you something about your personality.
Oh, yes.
That's
Oh,
how it
is
is.
it?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
That's how
okay.
it is. So,
That's
so you should just choose the place that you would naturally feel more scarier for you. Because sometimes what happens is some places are naturally more scarier than others for us,
Yeah.
no matter what are the logic behind it, isn't it?
hmm
And then we give when somebody asks us, then we try to give this logic. Oh, this would be this, or because of this, because of this. But that is our nature. That we are more. We found us more lost in some kind of places. Just somebody would say glacier, or somebody would say rainforest, or other two options. I also chose desert last week when Himanshu asked this
Hey, no,
question.
you've chosen rainforest, dude. Don't
No,
change
no,
your
no.
answer.
That
It was you,
no.
me,
I
D.
Himanshu. I Sharma chose the rainforest. I was the only one who chose desert.
Three
No,
people
Yes,
have
ask Himanshu.
three of us have chosen rainforest.
I was not one of them.
You
no.
are
The
the one,
Vanshu was
dude.
first one to tell desert, and I told him that that was the scarcity of internally.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess it was
yeah,
Ved.
yeah.
I guess it was Ved.
I was the only one. And last time you three guys chose rainforest, and I was the only one who chose desert. And then
so
Sharma
you
was
should
laughing
have
because he
started
chose
with that,
desert.
Ivan. So you should have told that we would tell you the personality when you choose something, and then we
No,
would have not debated on it at
But
all.
but
We
let
just
it go
have
now,
good
right? You
answers.
have chose something.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let it go. Let all persons give their answers, and then Himanshu will tell us about the personality.
hey bro, Devanshu, at that time it was fresh in my mind. Now even I am confused about it.
But
So
now you have to
don't
Google it again.
yeah, I know the basic things. That desert, it's like more about you're empty inside, or you're trying to find internal love, but looking from a materialistic perspective. Like you're empty inside, or you just
Yeah,
want
the same as a
that.
desert, empty everywhere.
Yeah, that sort of thing. It
And the
reflects.
option of rainforest should rule out the possibility of staying safe, should rule out the possibility of finding civilization. The forest has to be like surrounded with heavy wild
Actually,
animals.
I don't know anything was positive in this whole scenario.
It has to, yeah, there will not be.
What I
Actually,
can recall,
yeah,
what
Humans
I
actually,
can
should
recall
survive
is
in
stories
rainforest,
about the
ideally.
going back to the point which I'm not sure what's your name, like Saturday night,
Suresh.
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 Suresh,
So the point which Suresh said, like about the ray of hope
Yeah.
which is present in the jungle, right? But like honestly, like how I think is it could be difference in the mindset.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess the mind would be scared in each situation, wherever it's falling. A scared mind would think of it in a negative way, how it could be ways. For example, if you're in desert, you could see long stranded land still as long as you can see,
Yeah.
and there's no hope.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can be done. With jungle, it is like you can't see anything, and now you have to explore. And as much as you're exploring and your mind is boggling into fear, it will go much more into a deep negative sense that okay, I am just trapped. The sense of acceptance will come just very quickly in a glacier or a desert because okay, you,
Exactly.
you're done, and then okay, in time you will just accept the fact okay that I am done.
Yes.
In forest you will just always be in that middle of I am done or maybe I'll be saved, that can just fuck the mind up, like okay, what
Exactly.
you'll all you can see is just trees maybe, and just running around. I could just imagine myself running around frustrated just to see something, and then after a while, my mind will just give up, and it will never have the answer. That okay, if I am done or if there's a hope.
Yeah, you're
Same with desert. Same with desert as well. It changes overnight. Dunes changes, the shape changes, everything changes.
Hmm.
Desert is the most scary place if you want to,
Yeah.
get out of it.
Hmm.
Yes, that's why I was thinking that all other places you may know that, oh, I have been here before. Like in rainforest, you can mark trees. In glacier, you can mark, okay, this is the this part of glacier, this part of glacier. But in desert, even if you are keep circling it, you will never realize that you were just circling at the same place, and it's the same place because the shape changes. Your footprints are not there. It changes because of the air and wind. So you and I have heard some really scary stories of deserts that some people get lost there. In fact, long back I heard about
Yeah, that's when it's. I've lost it just when you started the story, dude. Like, my network is just.
yeah. So I've heard this story that some person, he met another guy. He was lost in the desert, and then as a ray of hope, he saw some another person. He's walking towards him, and when he went there, he started talking to him. Oh, how can we can go out of this, desert? And when they were talking, he realized that that person is lost from many years, like 30, 40 years, and he don't know. It is like he's feeling like he felt like it's been just few hours, but that person didn't grew old, and he's as young as another person, but he's lost. When they were talking, he said, I came to this forest in this year, like 1960 or 1970 or whatever. And then he realized that this is the he I don't know what's the time travel angle is. So I've heard these kind of stories, desert stories.
No,
One I
more. It's more like if you're lover of history, you get to know in history there is a very specific part of people, the emperor or the pharaohs in Egypt and even the Alexander. Their first event on becoming the emperor or the king was crossing that desert and going to that one Giza where they have that temple. No one can cross that desert without divine, uh, you know, uh,
divine
blessing,
intervention.
uh, divine blessing. They believe it was so
Okay.
hard because people can easily forget their route because the sandstorms were so high. They will not. You won't be able to see even where is sun. Not able to breathe. So even Alexander, that first event, if you have heard of it, uh, the most promised and the most prominent event in Alexander's life was crossing that and went into that temple and getting the blessings of people who lived there. Very, very few people, the pharaohs, who bless everyone who is the next king. So the following becomes that. So in even in the history, that desert is so much fearable that only emperor or the king or the men to be can cross it. So it has a deeper meaning as well.
Yeah, must be. Yeah, I
As
heard. I once. Sorry,
And
can I
the
add
other
this?
explanation would be is in Jumanji.
I've
sorry.
I've created a collage to make this question like easier to help with the imagination.
Oh, please, if
Just
you
check it
want to
out.
share.
Wow, wow,
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
wow. Great.
Remind
Now
me, I
now
am working for a web scraper for your this Saturday night, where you can just search on images.
everyone has a better idea now. Now you
No,
can
no.
choose.
Actually, I was working on it, but I forgot to give you. Tomorrow, just remind me once. I have a web scraper. You can find good quality images there.
मेरे
Then
को
we'll
बोल
And
रहा है
still
share.
क्या?
like from these images, what do you find like now is the scariest place?
I still find jungle as the scariest because there is no way you can tell what is more scarier in jungle. The plants, the animals, or just something unknown.
I
In the
I
other
I
three
can
places, you know
predict
what is scary.
Like I can see growing out there, so it's good. I think.
But it's dark and there are millions of insects and fungi
after
everywhere.
after smoking the
After you,
bottle
high,
something.
who would care? What is
Oh,
there?
He will start
okay.
playing with them.
Even ghost will be funny. Hey, dude, sit, sit along us.
Let's have a spooky stories together.
But
Then
still, I
ghost
don't
will
know
be
why
scared of
ocean scares me. I don't know why ocean scares me a lot. I mean, even if that wooden log is not there, it was more scary. But
Do you know swimming?
yeah, I know. But deep oceans, I don't know. I don't. I think it's not. The knowledge is very limited about ocean and the depth of it. That is why. So lack of knowledge. I think because of lack of knowledge, I scared me. It scares me more.
I've been into three of those places, or mostly into three of those places, and I had different kind of incidents there. The first thing, when I've been to a trek called Gochela Trek, so where you go, it is a 5,000 feet 5,000 meters summit. So while I was going, it happened in 2015. I've shared this to multiple times with you guys, I guess. So there was one point 2015. You guys know there was a huge earthquake in Nepal. So we were trekking up the hill. So we've reached at the spot, and I've seen the hill move back and forth. I was standing at the edge on the cliff at a spot, and I literally felt it's not a feeling. I've literally seen the hill move at least this much, moving forward and coming back. I've felt that thing, and that moment I've realized I'm done. I'm gonna die. This is gonna be the last day of my life. That gave me a really relieving feeling, dude. I was so happy that day. At least at that, I know I'm done for that day. So I was laughing, I was shouting, I was so energetic, and that was the only spot where we had signals while we were when the whole trek. So I called up my friends. I told them I was excited. I was telling them, dude, I felt an earthquake. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna come back or not, but it was an awesome experience. So I haven't felt a fear that time when that thing has happened. We've continued. It was just for a moment. It was just a 2 seconds thing or 3 seconds thing. There were tremors after that. There were after effect tremors which we felt when we stayed back in a tent and everything. But those did not affect how much ever this movement of the hill affected me.
You felt excited when you thought that you were done.
Yes, exactly. I felt really excited. I was like, okay, uh, I love mountains. I love greenery, and I was literally in a combination. What do you call a combination of both the places? I was standing on the edge of the hill, was surrounded by forest, and I've seen the mountain moving. It was I liked it, and I was shouting with excitement. I was
I
screaming.
like that.
Yeah. So that was one incident.
Were you alone or were you with
What's like
someone?
the thought of
So,
like
how much weight was there?
How much? No, no, I don't. I don't smoke. I don't drink. So I'm.
Only high on the lives.
Yes.
was it like feeling like okay, what a great way to die, like that feeling?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And no, no,
But when you
it
didn't die,
wasn't a
did
great
you
way.
felt
Sorry, wait.
disappointed when you didn't die?
No, it wasn't something like a great way to die. I don't know. It was. The feeling was so nice when I felt that thing, swing kind of thing on the mountain. I know we are gonna end. It's a group. There are a lot of people going on the trek up and down. We've seen hundreds of people doing the trek. So, but at that moment, at that spot, there were only like 20 to 50 or 50, 20 to 30 odd people. We are a group of 8 or 9 and few other groups. But I don't know. I'd not feel scared. I'd not cry. I wasn't scared or anything. The moment I've seen felt the tremor, I had a, I don't know. I can't even explain that feeling. I felt really happy, but that's what I felt really nice and happy. That was the one time. The second time was in 2000, back in 2014. I've gone on a jungle trek, so which was near Tirupati. It's called Nagalapuram. It's called Nagalapuram Forest. So we were going. It becomes dark after 6 o'clock itself. It was on Jan 26. It was a long weekend. Jan 26 was a Friday, so it was a 2 day trek. So we've gone there. Uh, it was we were divided into, we were 20 odd 25 odd people group. We were divided into three groups, and I was leading the last group, the last batch, and there was no one, and there were 6 or 5 other people along with me. So I was leading the group, and there was some other guy who was behind the entire group, and there are 6 people in the group. But it was entirely dark. Only the light is only from our torches, because it is all we couldn't even see the sky. So at the spot, there was a small water crossing there. So I was helping out everyone to cross that waterway properly. And it wasn't a stream as such, it was just wet rocks and everything. So I was just helping out people to cross that. In that spot, I've heard a twig crack from the forest beside me. So it was a track, it was a path which we were going on, and you have trees on either side, both the sides of the path, right? So I've heard it. I've heard a growl, not a twig actually. I've heard a growl, a slow growl kind of thing. I didn't know what to do, and just after that, I've heard it a twig crack, tuck karke. I've told the other person who was an organizer. He said, "Dude, I've heard this one. I've heard it track." Then he asked everyone to turn off their lights. We've turned out our torches there. We've just stood there, not even talking to anyone, not even making any kind of sound. We just stood there. We've waited for 15 minutes. We haven't heard anything there. We waited for 15 minutes. We made sure nothing. We haven't heard any more sounds or any more growlings, and we have left after that. That was one incident. And the other incident was last year. We've gone to Bali, and we were doing island hopping. We've gone to Bali to Gili, and we're coming back from Gili to Bali. While we were doing that, I was on the top of the yacht. I was sitting on the top of the yacht, and I guess there was a storm kind of thing. And Indonesia is known to have small earthquakes every now and then. I guess there was a storm, and the boat was waving so hard. It was jumping up and down, up and down. Everyone was worried, but I don't know, for some reason I was just enjoying it as a ride in an amusement park. My wife, who was with me, she was sitting downstairs. She was having all kind of nausea feeling and everything. She was so down. But I was just sitting there. The water was splashing onto my face. I was just enjoying that thing. So out of these three experiences, the forest one, I was scared more with the forest one. The other two experiences were, I don't know, they weren't that scary to me. So that's what I wanted to share. Hello.
Yeah, the other two you could see from your eyes, so you could make up what it is, and you were happy about it. But the
Yeah,
forest one, you could not able to see that thing, right? What was in the forest in the dark,
yeah,
so you are not able to make up what it is. That's the reason you might be scared.
yeah. I mean, maybe that was the reason I'm still scared about. But I love forests, and I love trees and everything. But that was one thing which scared me a lot.
But that earthquake thing, right? That feeling, that feeling of you're overcoming your death. That
Hmm.
that might be that happy feeling, I guess.
But we are, I wasn't sure whether I was going to overcome my death.
No, accepting it.
Oh, accepting it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Also, that environment around you, you're going down with 100 people too. So it's easier to accept.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Could
So
be.
after that incident, like, do you feel a change in yourself that, like, you're not scared of death anymore?
No, I'm still scared of death, dude. Why am I not scared? I am still scared of death. But I want it to happen without my knowledge. I don't. I mean, and it's not like without. I want it to happen it in a nice way, not in a painful way. That is the only thing which I want. I don't want it to be a painful death. Nothing more than that.
Who's
How
promised
did
that?
you enjoy that moment where when you were in the yard
Yeah.
where everyone are getting scared?
Hmm. Sorry, what?
How did you enjoy that moment when you were in the ship? You're saying in Indonesia.
I don't know. I kind of I felt it like an amusement ride. the yacht was going up and down, and it was literally 10 feet above the water, but the water was splashing onto my face, on everyone's face. I was on the terrace of the upper compartment, and I was sitting on the open door, and the water was splashing on everyone. And there were other people who were also enjoying it. Maybe they might have experienced it, but it was nice. The boat was going up and down like this, and it was nice. Maybe I've accepted it. If something is going to happen, no one is going to come and save us. That's the end of it. So why not enjoy the moment there?
Like why I'm asking is I have been there in a moment, the same moment, but I haven't. I was not like you. I was fearing a lot. But,
Oh, I guess maybe then even turbulences should scare you in the flight.
yeah.
I don't think turbulences scared me as well. I've never really, I mean, the small turbulences, I don't know, I might be psychotic kind of thing, but I kind of laugh at these situations. Or is it my, what do you call that? There's some word for it where you accept such kind of things. Hello?
Okay. Okay.
Maybe that is a coping mechanism,
Oh, yeah, coping mechanism kind of thing. Yes, yeah.
Suresh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what even I was thinking. Could be a coping
Yeah,
mechanism.
people do weird things in their coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Like I opt sarcasm, I question myself and even my decision and laugh about them
Hmm.
in alone, like in a scary situation. I I I don't know. I'm tempted to do that. I don't know why it makes me comfortable, but it is what it is.
Oh, now we can ask that question. What is your coping mechanism in a scary situation? Let's go with each one of us, each one of you.
Recently, I have been in a very, very scary situation.
Hmm. Sorry, what?
You know, recently I had a really near-death experience.
Which one?
Suresh, I showed you the video, the blast.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. What was your coping mechanism, dude? How did you what did you try to?
Firstly, I was scared about the people with me because I had friends like I was like, "अरे वो किधर है, ये किधर है?"
Hmm.
That was the only thing. मेरे को पर्सनली खुद के लिए इतना टेंशन था नहीं. नेक्स्ट डे मेरे को टेंशन हुआ when I saw the destruction. I'm like, तो क्या बिगड़ जाएगा? तुम खत्म हो जाता है यार ऐसा तो.
Oh, was it? Oh, what was the accident?
Cylinder blast just 2 seconds after I moved.
Oh yeah,
Remember, I showed.
yeah. I know you were at the accident spot. I don't remember what was the accident though.
Yeah. And it was really, really bad. After that, I saw next time like, बच गया, बस बच गया.
No, I guess the question is, what is your in a scenario like I had a incident where I was alone in a room without anyone in the house, and I've heard some voices. So what do you do? What is your coping mechanism in that time? What would be your coping mechanism? How would you do? What would you do then?
Depends if the coping mechanism is for, like, have you given up
Yeah,
completely, or are you still trying to survive? What's the scenario?
yeah.
No, it
Like
is
I
instinct.
was
Whatever comes
very
to your
like
instinct,
heavy.
whatever comes,
Depends.
you are
See,
instinct.
dire situations are two types. First is when you can do something, and second is when something happens to
Yes,
you.
yes, exactly.
If something you can do, situation like imagine I'm sitting here and suddenly there's a knock on the door and I feel like someone
No,
is
for
watching me.
example, if you
Then
are
there
in a,
are
if you're
things in my
driving a
mind.
if you're driving a bike and suddenly like a very high speed at a very high speed and car comes in front of you, then still you can do
So
something like,
cold fingers. Cold
but
fingers. That
yeah,
moment I get cold fingers. I don't know why.
you
Like
can still
completely cold.
No, that is
do.
reflexes. No, that is reflexes.
Yeah,
When you are still, when you're not doing anything, when you don't have anything in control, and then something happens out of wind, then what is your coping mechanism? Looking out for it, calling it out,
exactly.
whatever.
Like you felt a presence. You're all alone in your house. Your doors are locked. There's no one. There's no one in your house or in your entire building. The same thing with you that happened with you, Deek. There's no one in your entire building. Then you felt a presence and you've heard a voice. How would you react to it? And what is your
Okay,
coping
so
mechanism?
Okay, I
Okay,
get
this is
little
supposed to
bit
be paranormal.
smiley. I don't know.
Sorry,
I
sorry.
get funny, like I was less scared the moment you said, and I got a smile. I was like, shit, कुछ तो खतरनाक होने वाला है. The first thing that comes in my mind, I don't know. I don't get scared. I get more into like curiously, like कुछ तो dark होने वाला है, but I am smiling on that.
That is also a coping mechanism
Yeah.
because you are preparing for the worst scenario, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You're saying something.
That is the usual thing.
No, no, like I hadn't gotten the question before. It was about ghost and stuff, but I was thinking it was about like natural death or accidental deaths.
No,
And what are you gonna
it's
do?
about a super scary supernatural thing. If something of that sort has happened to you, if have happened to you, what would you do? It might have happened to you at some or the other. It might have
Yes, yes.
happened.
Even I've shared it. Like I stop all my movements and I just start observing. But that's my coping mechanism. Like, okay, like I have to know what it is. If I don't know what it is, no, I cannot survive without knowing what it is.
Oh, okay.
Mine is humor. I have experienced it once or twice.
I mean, I'll have two types of reactions to it. First reaction is I'll speak out. I'll talk out really loud. I'll ask him, see, if there is someone, I'll request only one thing: don't come from the behind, come from the front. If you want to scare me or do anything, come from the front. And if I'm too scared, I'll start yelling at that whatever. If I don't know if I'll not even confirm if there's something or not, but I'll start yelling at them and I'll swearing. I'll start using bad language, or I'll start scolding that whatever it is there. That's my coping mechanism.
Yeah,
Himanshu?
similar. We talked about it
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time as well. Even me, I started cursing at anything, whatever it is, like straight up, and then thinking about what is happening, and that process is simultaneous, I guess.
Yeah. Yadhav, what would you do in such kind of situations?
Yeah, I just sit quiet, have a smoke.
You wouldn't
Like a boss.
you wouldn't even acknowledge that thing.
And nothing. There is nothing to acknowledge at all. If it is happening, it's happening.
Ignoring is also a coping mechanism. I guess Himanshu also does the same thing, trying to ignore it.
No, he said he's gonna scold it. He's gonna use some cuss words and he's gonna shout at it, yell at it, something of that.
That was like my grandfather used to tell a story. It's like this, cursing and shouting and all.
I do it out of fear.
It's quite famous. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it's quite famous in I think
Yeah,
old
in
people.
ghost stories,
Youth people,
right?
yeah. They think that if you curse some spirit or what, they'll run away.
Uh,
I
Like
do it
they
out
Why
don't
don't
of fear.
you
stand foul.
keep them?
Like ghosts don't stand foul language. They made me
Yes,
believe this.
they are
What
very
kind of
sensitive.
ghost is this? तो
Sanskari
गाली में
ghost.
मान गया.
Sanskari ghost.
They are very
Uh,
sensitive.
Sanskrit.
also with this regard with this, they'll say if it's not working, get naked.
Oh, never heard this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, never heard this one.
I thought it was
They
the
used to
other
say
way around.
torch, use a torch
No,
or
no, no.
light something.
I
But
don't know
then
what is this, but
God,
yeah,
God bless
that
you.
is
God bless
that.
you if it's a female ghost then.
What what? No, I don't know what, but people does this. I don't know why, but they're like started peeing, or they'll light a cigarette, or
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
like
if they're too scared to do anything, they'll just get naked instead. I don't know what does that represent actually, but whatever it is, they do this.
Okay, let's come back to it. Devanshi, what would be your coping mechanism in such kind of situations?
My coping mechanism, for me, coping mechanism is something that you don't do that happens automatically with you when you are in some scary situation. So what happened to me is whenever something, some situation like that happens, my hearing power increases automatically. I think I've told this in the show
Oh yeah.
before as well. I think if you guys remember that my hearing power, my observation skills, become super fast automatically. It has happened to me for a while. I was telling you one day that when it was raining and
No,
I
no.
saw
What will be it look like if someone else is seeing you? The
he'll
question
turn into a
is,
daredevil.
what if I was there and you get scared or whatever? What is it like for a third person to look at you? Or what
If
is
you
it
look
like?
at me, I would be like, ice frozen. You will see me
Yeah,
as completely
same
frozen,
like
not
Ved.
looking at
Same like
any.
Ved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Same like Ved. Ved even said the same thing that he'll start observing and stop moving.
Yeah, but Devanshu has got a additional superpower with him. Once such kind of things happen,
He'll become a daredevil. Like
yeah,
his
he'll hearing.
senses will increase.
Yeah,
So it has happened to me. Not only that it will happen, it has happened to me. I was telling them this day that, okay, I will show you this. Wait, I will show you.
come on.
How do we reverse our camera? Okay, yeah. You can see this window, right?
Hmm.
So one day it was raining so fast, and I saw a banana leaf here because of heavy winds. So a banana leaf was there at my window, and I didn't realize what it is, and I got scared. So suddenly I realized that I started hearing the sound of fan more than before. As my hearing power increased, all the sounds coming in a louder way to me. And then when I realized, oh, it is something leaf only, there is nobody standing there on the window, then everything was normal to me. I have noticed that that my hearing power increases automatically in scary situations.
You should be left alone in forest.
What?
You should be left alone in forest.
Oh, yeah. Maybe my hearing power will cure.
Okay, let's take this question to next level.
Yeah.
Now there is no doubt. Okay, someone is definitely in your room. Definitely, like, not there. He's standing in front of you. In its scariest avatar you can imagine. It's there in front of you. Okay, and like, now what will you do? Will you try to confirm if it's a dream, or like, will you try to talk to him, or will you run away? Now what's your reaction?
I will get naked with.
Old and classic.
Now that works.
Nice one.
Now that will
I,
definitely work.
That is the extreme case. That okay. I found my point. Do whatever you can and just leave me alone.
I guess yeah, it's like if you can't beat them, confuse them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Arey, I have something very interesting to share. First, you guys complete, then I will share it. Some incident I got
But
to.
it's definitely a something cause to talk about.
Guys, am I not spoiling your spooky stories, right?
No, no, no.
No,
No,
it's
That's how we
always
end
like
up.
the
This
same.
is how it's gonna be most of the time.
That's how we do it every week.
Maybe I don't know. You guys were too serious and you wanted to discuss serious stuff.
No.
yeah,
But
yeah,
No,
we
no,
No, no,
enjoy
this
this kind
always
of
happens.
comments.
This always happens. We
no,
don't have to go
Ved
with the
got too
flow.
silent, so I thought
No,
just
No,
to
no,
check.
No. This is how
but
we
yeah,
because
will end up. Sorry,
on a
Himanshu.
similar, yeah, on a similar point, uh, how would you react if if you're positive someone is there,
yeah,
if all your senses are saying someone is there inside your room or whatever, how would you react? Is uh, I think it tells a lot about your personality as well. I feel like I'll just you know I'll froze on bed and I'll just try to confirm that my senses are wrong all this time. Just one. I'll try to find just one point to disregard it. Okay, it's not nothing there. I'll just wait it.
I
you know, I have a very logical approach to this situation, and I'll break it down for you. So if there's definitely some presence in my room, right, and I try to focus on it, like I close my eyes and I'm trying to think like if it's trying to communicate with me, that is a very wrong approach, because when you're trying to think about it, you are giving it a gateway inside your mind. That's what I've learned from movies. So instead of thinking about it right away, like focusing on that thing, a very logical thing by the kind of person I am, I would do is I would try to create a positive environment by like playing some, you know, songs of God and all that, and I write some like Diya or something. Just try to make it positive environment, because yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think, but what I feel is like this comes with some practice. I would say. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you
Exactly.
if
Bhoot dekhte hi, gana gao.
yeah, I mean like yeah, you know when it happens for the first time, maybe reaction could be something very natural, something
No,
shout
it's
just
very
screaming
true.
of
Yeah,
like
it's very true. You think you'll do the things you're thinking about right now in a pattern,
Hmm.
but at that time, I'll tell you an instant. You'll think your mind will pop these things. Like if you move that ghost thing or whatever, the structure will also move. If do something, if you just skip your eyes and do somewhere, it can come close. That mind tricks are what makes things really spooky.
Hmm.
So I feel like it happened to me once, and I have like planned everything, how I will react, or what is the logical thing, what is the practical most thing I can do. And I was like froze seriously, like instantly, until the moment I was sure nothing was there. And it was, believe me, it was like 12, 13 minutes, and it felt like eternity.
When did this happen? What did happen? What happened?
So
That thing,
Himanshu, are you saying that you were pre-planned for that,
yeah, if
whatever
you go
gonna
into
happen?
yeah, if you go into this paranormal stuff, these sort of conversations comes up with that, what will be your main reaction if come across something spooky. So yes, we tends to think about it. Okay, I'll be very calm. Okay, I'll go with my personality. I won't do anything. I'll just try to observe things.
So
But
you were
yeah,
sure that there are paranormal activities gonna
yeah, I'm
happen with
pretty
you.
sure. I'm
Oh,
pretty
oh,
sure.
sorry. Sorry, I might have forgot to give you an introduction. Himanshu is into such kind of stuff actually. So in this group, we have a group of us of sort, and we have got people who have done certification in paranormal investigation. And Himanshu is into paranormal stuff. He goes to places. He does. I don't know. Can I call it a cult kind of thing, Himanshu?
Cult?
Yeah, not a cult, although, but yeah, sort of organization that feels
Yeah.
like finding out such energies and how you resonate to them. It's also mystery to us. People won't go into this negative stuff. Just they think that because it'll hurt them in some you know uh, forward days. But same with love as well, I guess.
Yeah, and we have got other person called Ajay. He hasn't joined today, but he lives in Bangalore, and he is a proper ghost hunter kind of thing. I mean, he takes upon cases like haunted houses or cursed places, and he's got a team where he'll go with them, and he'll try to figure out if something is actually wrong, and if not, he'll just tell them that there's nothing wrong. It could be your imagination kind of thing. And most
Mhm.
often or not, 9 out of 10 cases turn out to be like that. It seems.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I followed this Sarabjit Mohanty. He's a famous guy. Uh,
Oh.
he's a paranormal researcher in India. He's done a lot of podcasts and all those things. He also has a team, like he himself, and then one psychic and all those people, and they go around ghost hunting. He's a very famous guy, Sarabjit Mohanty. He's also been into the podcast of Beer Biceps.
Oh, okay.
Ghost hunting themselves, are there such kind of places are certified for ghosts? Like,
I mean, ghost hunting.
Not in a logical sense. Not in a logical sense. Actually, it comes down to your own belief every time. Even I
mm,
thought when I was entering into it that I'll get some,
Hmm.
on spot proof. Then I'll say, okay, I am a believer. But in this, continuous approach, what I feel like, it's that moments which happen to me, which makes me believe that okay, I have to give that thing a due credit because
Mhm.
some things are there. So even now, I feel like I don't have such proof to, tell a logical person or a someone who haven't seen anything or, felt anything like that, to make them believe, okay, this happens and this really exists. But I now feel deeply within that, okay, things are there. Try to avoid them at certain extreme levels. But energies, if you have positive energies, negative energies, they affect your mindset as well. So if you go and explore things, you can actually sense yourself when you're low in frequency in your energy,
Mhm.
and you won't try to get up and things all that. So I think in life perspective, it matters a lot to experience such energies when you feel like okay, nothing is there except that.
No, I do believe in the energies, Iman. So it's like you have a positive and negative energies all over, the places and within you as well. But I don't kind of, agree with the entities.
Mm-hmm.
Entities in sense of I feel like entities the same place or area which makes you explore your deepest fear. Okay. So if you feel like if you believe in energy, I mean the lowest esteem of energy you can have, some place can expose your that level, that extent, which you have never felt like. So I feel like if we go negative, if you go deep down within, you have a very good chance to balance it up and come up forward and go into the positive field. So in that, a teenage thing, I went into it with this mindset that I have to explore everything I have inside myself, and that too with this fear and all these unexpected things happening. So that was my mindset. Energy, I feel like places make you feel energies, environment make you feel energies, people around you make you feel different
Yeah,
things.
that's what I'm saying. So there are energies everywhere. But entities, I don't believe that's what I'm saying. So you guys are particularly talking about something, right? Like ghost.
No,
Ghost
we
is
are
an
talking
entity. So
about shapes here. We are not talking about white
No, no,
things
no, no, no,
floating
it's
inside,
not about
floating in
anything.
there, something of that sort.
interesting.
So,
Yeah, we are not like ghost, like proper
uh,
white sari. No, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's about in mind. It's about in mind. When you feel, sometimes people feel very in normal situation. They feel very scared, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Hmm.
like in your mind, what's happening in your addressing it. It is the best option you have. What I feel, you can't avoid the negatives in your head. You just know, be positive, be positive, be positive. If
No,
you're
you
addressing
can't be positive all the time, right? So
yeah,
negatives will
exactly.
hit you from
Also, I
anywhere.
feel like addressing it, accepting it, exploring it, and getting knowledge about it maybe help you in life to thrust your new levels of potential.
yeah. And again, we are not giving.
Also, that certification Suresh was talking about,
Hmm.
those people won't give you a certification about ghost and all these things. They give you a certification or things that you have overcome your own fears and you have overcome your own barriers, and you can accept the things will be there which you can't control, which you can't see, but they do exist. That sort of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a course in Udemy, certified
Not interested.
Like same like mountaineering course.
mountaineering course. Yes, yeah. If you are interested, yeah. So
Yeah, I actually I have an incident about something like this, seeing a shape or something. If you're interested, I can.
this is
Yeah,
all
yeah.
about that, dude. We have been asking you from the starting. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So like it happened like like quite a lot of years ago. I was a kid actually, like in fifth or sixth standard, something like that.
Okay.
And so like for like 1 or 2 years, my parents and I shifted to a small village because my father had a transfer. So we spent some time in a small village. So at that place we had a small house, and so we had one bedroom with two beds, like one for my father and mother, and on the smaller bed on the side of the room was for me.
Okay.
Um, One day at night, I'm not sure about the time, maybe 2 a.m. or something like that. I just woke up uh, to a noise about, maybe I think, creaking of my bed. I was like, it was winter time, so I was, completely, in my blanket.
Hmm.
I took off my blanket, and I just saw like it was dark in the room, but I still saw like a even more darker shape, just like sitting on the bed on the left, something like that. I couldn't comprehend what it was, so I just quickly, as a kid, I just took the blanket again at my head, and heartbeat heart started raising heartbeat started raising, and like a lot of questions, fear, everything just started kicking in. Okay, what the fuck did I just see? What is that? But then, I just thought, okay, like, what is it? I'll just take my blanket off. Is it actually true what I saw, or is this I'm in my dream? I took my blanket off. It is still exactly there, like a more darker shade of something like I'm not sure, like some, just assuming like a person who has just put on a very dark cape over his body, something like that figure. And like my just brain is trying to comprehend that figure, like what exactly is this or how exactly is this. And I could just feel that like presence or something sitting on that bed actually. And that figure was straight down watching towards my parents bed. I couldn't That's what I could comprehend, that okay, this figure is not looking at me. And I stood there on my bed, and I watched it for like a minute. I think in my head it was like a minute. I could
Yeah.
just see it, that it's there. I was waiting for it to just vanish, or maybe something like or like just my mind to come to consciousness, and then I could see more clearly. Gradually, I realized that it's not going anywhere, and it's still there. So then I just had a feeling I want to touch it. I don't know what's going on in my head. I want to touch this shape or set.
Shit. Okay.
And I started like putting my hand toward that shape. I was reaching out towards that, and suddenly, like I'm trying to reach it, but I can't reach it. It feels like it is there, but I just can't reach it. I mean, like it feels like as my hand is going there, it's just moving backwards, as it's looking stationary. I'm trying to put my hand there, but it's just I can't reach it. It feels like it's just sitting right there, but I mean it's a very difficult thing to explain.
Yeah.
But
Like your hand is penetrating into the black stuff, kind of.
it's not penetrating. It doesn't feel like penetrating. It's like uh, you should think and figure, right? You just put like a bread in front of a donkey sitting over you the head, right? And the donkey will keep on walking towards the bread, but
Oh,
it's
okay, okay.
not able to reach that.
Ha
Yeah,
ha ha ha
it's
ha.
like it's like that. I'm putting my hand there, and then I can't reach it. And at that time, all the fear and everything just went away. I just could not. Everything went to like a clear confusion, and then the shape vanished off. And I just okay, but just put down the blanket. I was still scared a little bit, and I slept off. What's
Did it vanish?
interesting is
I'm sorry. I'm
what
sorry. Is it? Did it vanish right in front of your eyes, or were you? Did you just?
it just gradually the shape went off.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Shit.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it was everything. I was like completely conscious, right in front of me. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's more interesting is that 2 to 3 days after that, uh, I was a kid, so my parents obviously don't talk to me about the stuff which is happening in their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's something wrong, like there was something wrong which I could sense with my father. And then I overheard a conversation where my father was telling, that he was actually consulting someone like of a priest, or like mandu, what do you call them, like tantric or something like that,
Yes, yeah.
the pandits or something like that, consulting a pandit as well. So what happened was, the day when I saw that figure, exactly, that's what I've overheard, that 3 to 4 days ago, he was riding a bike and all, and he saw a woman get hit by a truck, and she died instantly. The issue which happened after that, like that woman is chasing down my father in his dreams every day, and trying to communicate something to him.
Okay.
And that was the situation which I overheard the conversation my father was having with my nani and those people, that okay, what to do about situation, contacting a pandit and all. And at that moment, it just hit me that maybe that trap or whatever it was completely related to that. It was not out of the blue. I felt, because when I talked to a big cousin, because a cousin who was like at that time in her college,
Mm.
she told me that you had a episode of a
Sleep paralysis.
sleep paralysis. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she explained it to me what it means and all those things. And then okay, I took it like that. Okay, maybe it could be a bad dream. But then after, when I overheard that conversation, I just felt that it was like definitely maybe or something related to that, because that figure which I could recall that after that was looking straight down at my parents' bed only.
Shit, dude, you had the scary Tolly all this while and you weren't told from the starting.
This turned out to
Also,
be the second plot of Inside. Yes, exactly. Like scary as hell, man. I was like not listening for half part. Then suddenly I'm like, what? Scary, scary.
No, for a while I was also kind of thinking it could be
It's
a
in the background.
sleep paralysis thing. So I wanted to ask whether were you able to move in the while you're sleeping, because
Yeah.
sleep paralysis thing, it happened with me as well. I could see a
Mhm.
black figure on the right side while I was sleeping. I could see a
Yeah.
black figure on the right side of my eye, but I couldn't move. I know I was lucid dreaming. There was a dream inside a dream kind of thing. I wasn't able to move.
Yeah.
But when you said you could actually move your hand and when you can actually move your body, that's when it's like, okay, this isn't anything to do with sleep paralysis.
Yeah, actually, and I believe it's the sleep paralysis story as well. But then when I overheard the conversation about what is actually going on with my father as well
Hmm.
in that moment, I mean, like when I grew old as well, I tried to have this conversation with my father, but somehow this is one topic which he doesn't feel comfortable talking to me about. He never shared the whole story with me. Just said, "Oh, I just had bad dreams."
is your
That's it.
father over it now? Like
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think it's like it's like never around, but it is. This definitely was something which was troubling him at that time a lot, and uh, and that's the time, like a lot. The whole family was getting involved in this matter. That's how I just realized that it's a grave situation where they're consulting with other relatives as well. Okay, this is the situation, what to do, and that's how I overheard the conversation as well. Okay, like this is something which is happening there, and. Um, uh, and then it just made me realize that okay, maybe whatever it was, there could be some matter to it.
But did you
What
not
I saw.
tell your parents that this thing happened with you the day after, or at least after you got to know about the story?
I did try to talk to them about it, but uh, when I tried to talk to them about it, it was more about just after that incident. Okay, next day after that, okay, I saw something, and then they were like, "Okay, bad dream," and all because a kid is saying something, it's
Yeah.
obviously a bad dream, and I also realized that okay, it's bad dream.
Oh,
Um,
dude. Yeah.
but then after a couple of days, I realized when I overheard this whole story and all, and then actually I also I talked to one of her cousin, who is my in my nani's family. Then she told me the actual story that okay, this is what happened, because I just overheard the bits and pieces of it. That okay, something is happening, something, and then I just did my own investigation, to try to contact cousins and all. Okay, something is happening, and then she told me a little bit of the story, and that's how I realized a little bit. And maybe I just felt scared about talking about this matter, so I just let it go at
And
that.
that was just one time you had
Yeah.
such kind of dream, right?
Not
This
dream.
dream,
It wasn't
this
a dream. So
yeah, no,
sorry,
it
sorry to
wasn't a
interrupt.
dream. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had sleep paralysis before. I mean, like I think I get sleep paralysis a little bit often. I play video games a lot. Sometime whenever I'm on a vacation, I play video games a lot, and whenever I'm deep into it, I start getting sleep paralysis and midnight terrors.
You
So,
know,
mhm,
you we are saying that it's not a dream, but when you
mhm.
are saying about your experience, that you approach that dark figure
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you were not able to send or like touch it or
No,
experience
no,
it.
no. I couldn't. I mean, my hand never reached it. That's what I knew. Like I'm my hand
Yeah,
couldn't reach
so
it.
that fact makes me think that it was a lucid dream and it was so real that you felt it was real, and the
Mhm,
fact that you felt like you remember that you went to sleep again, it
mhm,
is just like you
mhm.
returning to your state of sleep again.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I yeah. I mean, every logic pointed towards that only. I
yeah,
was totally acceptance of the fact that okay, it could be a sleep paralysis. But when I overheard the backing story, when the coincidence of this happening exactly when my father is also having such kind of dream, and things going on with life, that made me question a lot of things. I just the next day, even in the morning, I accepted the fact it was a bad dream. Okay, this kind of thing does not exist and all those things. It could be a dream, but
yeah,
the
but even if
the
you are
real
trying to say it as like call it a dream, I
Mhm.
wouldn't label it as sleep paralysis because
Mhm.
the name itself has paralysis. You can't move, but you
Yeah,
were moving, right?
exactly. He was actually.
For me, yeah, for me, the scary part was not about that experience which I had at the time of sleep. The scary part was after when I heard the whole situation that is
Hmm,
going on,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
and then it made me, question and made me scared a lot about, okay, if there is an actual entity that is chasing down my family or me, or and I was like so dumb to mess with that, trying to touch it. What the hell am I doing? Trying to poke that thing or something like that, and still don't know the answer to that question. I mean, it could be a dream, it could be a coincidence, or it could be anything. But yeah, it is like definitely was something that was worth remembering.
But
Cool.
did that stop just after? So have you got any kind of puja?
My father got some remedies done to that pandit,
Okay.
so which is what I knew, and um, and actually we also changed our home after that incident, like 2 to 3 months down the line, we changed our home as well. Everything went to
Just
normal.
because of that incident.
No. It wasn't like the job location changed, so we
Oh,
came
okay.
back to our original town. So then after that, I didn't uh, you know feel any kind of that. But my uh, my true what attraction, or maybe that what do you say, that some kida you have, to know, the curiousness.
Curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah, curiosity rose when I visited this temple called Mehndipur Balaji in Rajasthan.
Oh,
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
So
my dad
I
has.
uh-huh.
My dad went there
Okay,
just
okay.
like as a trip, just as a trip.
Okay, so I went there and I saw some crazy shit. People doing different kind of stuff. Like I can't imagine a human being doing that. To a level, I saw exorcism happening live uh, of a lady. Somehow I'm not sure why, but every patient, they call them patients. Every inflected person was a woman only. So crazy exorcism. I mean, like the kind of, I mean, the movie scenes came to reality on that day. I could see those kind of things, rotating heads and complete all hair going messy, shouting curse words and all those things. One woman grabbed me as well in the line.
Shit.
Yeah, so the line is common of people who are possessed as well as the normal people. Now if you go there, it has become more of a show business a lot. When I went there, it was very mixed, and everything used to happen in the open. It was a it was a it was a crazy place. That just made me question about something, that okay, there is definitely something which we don't have the answers to. Um, the case study that people did around there was that, which also answered the question why it is all women there, is that one of that, most of the cases come from villages. Second, it's Rajasthan is more primitive compared to other states. It is more a little bit more backwards in terms of other things. So women are more oppressed there.
Hmm.
The only times when a woman is heard is, when she gets that, they call it mata or something like that, when a goddess comes into her and she talks. This is the only time when she gets actually heard, and she is able to put forward her points, whatever is it in her mind. Otherwise, she's just a housewife. She does not have seen anything, and that becomes their normal mechanism to bring out what they have in their head.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah, that's the case study. But seeing those people, I I can't think, all of them have like mental health issues.
Yeah.
There's definitely, and those people are getting treated there. Maybe some frequency or something like that is there, that is, tweaking their mind to a little bit. That everyone who is in that situation goes there and they get fixed. So I mean, there's definitely something that is beyond what the science has answered to. in those matters. And I guess yeah, that the place is not a lot scary, is what I would say, because it has a very positive vibe. Somehow it just has a very positive vibe. Even though all those kind of things are going on, I always felt when I was a kid, I felt like I'm just protected. Nothing will happen to me. Even with people possessed and saying all kind of things, but it's just very protected environment feels like. That's the kind of vibe it like brings. So a very strange feeling.
But did you end up bringing the prasad to your house? That it is told not to bring prasad.
No, 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 no. So you have the prasad, you have it right there. You
Yeah.
don't bring anything out of the city.
It's also told that as you're leaving the temple, you don't turn back at the temple. Like you don't see it again.
This was not told to me, but this one thing was told that if you drop anything
Hmm.
in the whole city,
Oh,
Oh,
if you drop anything, it could be a rumal, it could be anything, and you should not pick it up.
what if you drop
Uh,
your gold chain or something?
yeah, I mean that was a joke that we also tried. Okay, okay. When the nani and mom was trying to explain all this thing to her, okay, what if we drop the gold chain? And she literally said in all seriousness, no matter whatever you drop, you
Oh,
should not pick it up.
I've heard stories about people bringing things back and then paranormal things happening.
yeah, it's even shown in movies also. They find a strange
Like
thing
I
somewhere
have
and
Rajasthan, like my
Mhm.
forefathers are. So I go there like sometimes twice or once a year. So
Okay.
no, just because with the courage, the levels of courage you have, I thought maybe you would have got back the prasad as well.
bro, no, Suresh, not everyone is Shambhav.
True.
No, no, no. I mean, I never try to mess with these kind of things, and I
Dude,
will.
you literally try to touch one.
I was a kid, nah. I didn't knew better. I didn't knew better. I was a kid, but as I have grown old, I have seen more horror movies. I know if someone will tell me, okay, this is a haunted place. I don't want to explore. I will try to stay away. Man, if you want to explore, just do it. If I don't want to disturb their world, and I don't want them to disturb my world, that's it.
Deek, you've got a company, dude.
What
Yeah,
like
like
that
you.
is called a sane mind, a logical sane mind, which can understand that these are ghost stories. We can enjoy, but don't disturb their world. And
Yeah, I mean,
they
correct.
won't
So
disturb yours.
I do, yeah, I do love talking about horror movies, all these things. It just feels very nice. But
Yeah.
if you'll just tell me, okay, let's go for a ghost hunting. Oh man, thank you very much.
Same.
people are, people have been trying really hard to take Deek, man, because there are 4 or 5 people who live quite close by to Deek in Bangalore, and 3 of them are into ghost hunting or ghost adventures on such kind of things, and they've
Two
been
of them
wanting
are too much near, like 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers, and they've been wanting to take him for a while, but he's not meeting them.
You guys are in Bangalore.
No, I mean, we're all dispersed in different locations.
Okay, Dick, you're from.
Bangalore right now. I'm in Bangalore.
Oh, nice. I also live in Bangalore.
Where? Come on.
In HSR.
5 to 6 kilometer away. Arikere.
Still, it would take you a couple of hours, I guess, to reach there.
Yeah.
Where in HSR? Which side? BTM side or this side? Like Banarghata
I
Road.
think BTM side. I live closer to this Silk Road.
Silk Board. Okay, yeah, 6-7 kilometer. I live near the Serigere, Banagata Road.
Oh, okay, okay.
So unfortunate for you, dude. Same kind of mindset. People are living quite far away, but people who want to take you there live quite nearby to you.
He's smart. He's smarter.
So yeah, Yadav, what is your take on this one? Now that you've heard the story from a proper person, from a real, from a person, real experience, what is your take on it?
Take in the sense, I don't give a shit about what happened. So
I, I,
it's
I
his
love
story,
that.
and
I love
he
this.
told it. I respect it. I listened it. I heard. That's it. If you ask me about
for
my opinion on that, I don't believe all that
for more
because
context, you should watch the YouTube videos of the Mehendepur Balaji temple.
no, I saw that live in my house.
Oh,
So I Yeah.
He just don't want to believe it.
What has
No,
happened? No, now see, now people are opening up. You have tell us that story. What has happened in your house?
no, those all are not believable for me, right? So I don't believe it happened with me.
But
That's
what
the
was
reason
it?
I'm saying.
Yadav, have you heard of a word called denial?
Yeah, I'm living in it.
No, it's
Just
okay.
a second. Suresh, remember your experiment. What I told you
What?
about God. You had this experiment. What if it was
Huh.
exactly like this will be happening?
Yeah. Exactly.
See, I tell you the story. So I had an aunt. She's no more now. So when we were kids, at the time of Bonal, so you guys
Oh yeah.
know about Bonal. It's a festival of Mata. These people give the sacrifices and all. So at that current 1 week, she'll turn into a different person. So she's normal all the time, but in that 1 week, she'll turn into a different person. And at the time of Bonal, it's like she'll live hens. She'll bite with her teeth and she'll uh, get that neck off of the hen, a complete rip off.
Wow.
Yeah.
She'll
Mata
do
Chatna
that.
bolta hai na. You might have heard Mata.
Yeah, and she'll eat goat intestines, liver, heart, and everything raw.
Like Mata Chadne wali stories I have heard, but the like
This is something on
most
another level.
the most I have heard is they do crazy dances and do like crazy moments with their head, but that's
Uh,
it. Not
that
I haven't heard that
the
eat.
dances and all this Potraj will do dance.
Yeah.
So the day she doesn't dance, she'll sit in one place and everybody will get the sacrifices to her and she'll rip off all the live things with her teeth and she'll eat them
Like
in
eat
middle
them,
of the
like
house.
swallow it.
Yeah, eat, swallow it.
Yeah.
Wow.
In front of her, there will be a lot of plates with all the sacrifices. The people who cut goats and all, right? They'll get the intestines, liver, blood, everything in front of her in different places from different guys from the whole family, and she'll sit in middle of the house and she'll eat everything raw.
She'll complete that stuff, or she'll take a bite.
No, she'll take a bite of it, all from all the plates, from each one of the sacrifices from the family members, and
And she
she'll bless
survives
them
that.
by eating. That's our story. And I stayed in a Muslim area most of my life when I was a child. So there used to be a called jinn.
Hmm.
Have you
Yes.
guys heard of jinn?
Yes.
Yeah. So on to the Muslim people, jinn comes. So it's a different version of Mata. So when jinn comes, these guys will become more stronger and more stupid. So they'll do all the stupid stuff. Whatever you name it, they do it. One guy literally went into the sewers and eat shit.
Oh.
He's a bad jinn.
Yeah. I thought
And there are
jinns are bad.
no, there are good jinns as well. So was one guy, yeah, who was a jinn and he used to climb walls,
Like
like rock climbing.
What?
The plain walls, plain walls,
Okay. Dig.
10
Can you
feet,
go and
20
dig for a
feet,
while? Okay.
10 feet, 20 feet walls, plain walls. He used to climb them, and people used to call he got a jinn.
Have you seen him climbing ever? Have
Ah,
you?
yes.
I mean, did he have
Like
anything to grab onto?
It's like parkour.
Like
like
parkour?
it was possible for a human to climb it.
No, it's
Yeah.
yeah. General, can normal humans climb it?
Not with the normal strength, but when you get too much of adrenaline, right? So
Yeah,
then you can do it.
exactly.
Not when you are normal. So these guys used to be, super rich in adrenaline. Nobody could go in front of them. They are super hyperactive all the time. The same with my aunt as well. She used to poke her ears with the safety pins.
Uh, okay, just to fear.
Pierce her ear.
Shit. Oh, I mean, we do have that thing, right? I mean, I'm from Vizag, and for there is this particular month, and where Kumaraswamy Mala,
Yes,
so
I
people
know that.
pierce
Pierce their tongues,
pierce their
cheeks.
tongue, pierce their cheeks, and everything, and they put all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff there. So,
right,
and that they're not in their. I mean, that's a more of a, what do you call, offering kind of thing, or it's,
right.
I don't know. In Telugu, we call it mokku. I don't know what do you call it in.
Yeah, the same offering. So the most common thing in our area was like walking on a charcoal,
Charcoal, yeah, yeah, fire.
burning charcoal, fire.
Yeah,
You'll walk on that simply, like nothing is there.
yeah,
And nothing happens usually because they'll walk in a very drift way that, they'll pass on. They don't even have that blister at all.
yeah. They'll walk at a really fast pace. Just run through it.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that. But again, when you say after all these things, I mean, most of it could be a mental thing. But you're talking about positions, right? Where you said position, is it a ghost position? But the thing which you've told is something to do with God positions, right? God possessing your.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
who knows what got into them?
yeah. See, like Yadav ji said, I think it's pure adrenaline. They do it out everything like eating all that stuff and climbing those walls out of pure adrenaline. But I think they have to face the consequences of eating that stuff later. I don't know. I, because
Hmm.
see, man, they are doing it, and it can be a mind stuff. Like
Hmm.
you have manifested all that, so you are thinking that you are possessed or something has gotten into you.
She used to rip off the head of the hen,
Yeah, I mean,
live hen. She used to hold it in two hands, the head and then the body, and then rip off the neck complete off and throw it away.
If it's the mind thing, it's something that Friday the
You
13th.
have to be
Well,
too cruel to do that.
yeah,
No,
you have to be very
How?
good.
yeah,
no, if
that's
you have
true
seen
as well.
Bear Grylls videos on a survival videos, he will literally rip off a snake. He'll just to eat it. He'll take a snake, he'll catch it by its neck, and he'll
That's true as well.
he'll
Yeah,
take out the front part of the snake or the head part of the snake, and he'll eat the remaining part of it.
That's a trained professional. You are seeing years of training. This is a
You
late
know that
night in
it's
a house. Suddenly, one day,
happening in front of you in middle of the house. All the family members gather round and having a party around it. So
I
I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's a scary thing to see, man. As a kid, I do have an our own such kind of experience where I've seen a person who got possessed by a god sitting in.
No, that's the reason I'm saying that seen a lot of shit, so doesn't believe in all this. So whatever happens, happens. There is negative and positive energies, as I said. But when you call it an entity, I don't believe that
Hmm.
because positiveness comes from around you, and negativeness also comes from around you. So
Yeah,
whatever you take will be there.
yeah. I mean that mostly that's what even we also believe here. We want to believe in energies, but we don't really uh this the other guy's opinion when someone says that they've seen something.
No, no, we don't. Nobody dissing anyone's opinion. Or due respect, I listen to everything and I'll believe what they have done, what they have seen. But if you ask me personally, then I say I
that's
don't
a
know.
very good approach, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a nice approach.
सबकी सुनो अपनी करो.
सही है, सही है.
भाई अर्बन भाई सॉरी आपका नाम भूल गया मैंने फिर से. अर्बन का नाम क्या?
Gunjan, right?
गुंजन, या गुंजन.
लास्ट नेम क्लैप तो नहीं है ना?
Urban clap.
Urban Club.
But I came from a different ID because it was first time attending, so I just
Yeah,
used
we
different
wanted
ID.
to make sure if this was even a legit thing or so it was an OnlyFans kind of.
No, no, no. Actually, honestly, I was coming in. No, really, then I saw YouTube live and all. I was like, "Kyore yaar, abhi pehle meeting mein I'm going, and then it's like live and all." So I was
सब लोग जान जाएंगे कि अर्बन क्लैप कौन है.
See, I've pasted our WhatsApp group, so if you guys are interested, you can join the WhatsApp group. I'll let you.
Interested in what?
I mean, we share movies to what are the latest movies or any videos which we find on Instagram, any horror related stuff, just to do. And moreover,
Just discussion, plain old discussion. If you
discussion.
have some message, we'll be discussing these kind of things.
Yeah, nothing much. And we take a weekly attendance. Who is available for this week to do a session?
What you guys do this every day?
Yeah, we do it every week.
Every week?
Every
Okay, on the weekends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every Saturday.
But
Sometimes.
I really appreciate this community, man. Like I think in terms of paranormal horror, like there are very limited communities and stuff that people are doing. Very interesting, and a lot of people are interested in it. But yeah, there are very less communities. I feel like have anyone seen the series called Midnight Club?
Yeah, I started it, but I couldn't complete it. And it's on
Like
Tell
Netflix.
me
basically,
about it.
yeah, so
Tell me about it.
basically, yeah. Oh, nice, nice. So basically, the series is about like it's a place where all the people with cancer or
Oh
kids with
yes.
cancer who are
Okay.
in the last stage cancer, they go.
First, first.
Yeah, and then at night they gather around and then they share horror stories. The rule of there's a one rule of that club is that the person who dies first, and if there's
Like,
something after that, they have to come and give a signal about it.
The only scary scene in that thing is when I haven't seen it completely though. I'm
Mhm.
still left out with. It was too long and it was too quite slow, so I couldn't really complete it. But
Okay.
do you remember that scene when there is the I guess someone gets treated in that room and in the someone will go to clean. Some girl will go to clean it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the only scary scene. But all other stories are not that scary though.
Yeah, but
So
it's
these
very
guys will plan themselves like they die and they'll become ghosts.
No, they all have got cancer and they know they're gonna die
yeah.
sometime soon.
Yeah, they're gonna die anyway. So they're planning to become a ghost
No,
and
the
discussing
plan
about
is
it
that
when they
okay, if
become.
there is yeah, the plan is that the rule is that anyone who dies first, and if there is something of afterlife or something of like a ghost or something like that, any whatever it is, if there is something like that, they have to come and give the signal about that.
So they required a guide,
Yeah, and
afterlife guide.
there is a backstory again. There is to it. The asylum they live in, the hospital they live in, has got some back history to it. There are two stories that happen parallelly. One story is in the present that is happening with these
But
characters.
that series has been cancelled now, so the second season will not come in.
Oh, is that so? I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched it till the he goes to a this thing. The guy who will go to a prom, right?
Hmm.
So he'll all get he'll go to a prom.
Okay, okay,
That was
okay,
the
got
last
it.
episode I watched. That's it.
I watched it like 2 years ago, I think. But yeah, for the first season, but I got very disheartened when I saw that the second season will not be coming in. There were two series which came in the same time. This one and there was another one about some ghost hunters.
Which one was?
Two people, one boy and one girl, they start their startup about ghost hunting, and that completely revolves around that only. They go into different places, hunt down entities, and all that.
I wanted to ask this to Himanshu while he was there, but then he went. Like, what makes a ghost hunter different than a human being? Because both are like do they have some kind of protection they go through? Like they develop some kind of protection,
He's stupid.
fearlessness.
Ghost Hunter is a stupid person.
I have the answer to this question, but not because like
Do they have weapons like Ghostbusters?
yes, I'll tell you. I've read about a lot about this ghost hunting from this Sarabjit Mohanty and Abhishek Trivedi, who's dead right now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I've read them about a lot. One thing which is common between professional ghost hunters, good ghost hunters, is one, they meditate a lot. Like they will meditate every day. They will meditate right before going into the session,
Hmm.
and through meditation there are different stages of that, and one kind of meditation is shielding yourself with positive aura.
Yes,
So that,
exactly.
yeah, so that is one thing. um, and then they have to stay away from all kind of alcohol, smoking, all those kind of things that that can deteriorate your mind even little bit, your concentration, everything, your aura needs to clear completely when you are going into something like that. Second thing which I saw common is that everyone who is a proper ghost hunter, they will have one psychic in their team who will guide them exactly before and prep them before about what to expect.
So for
Uh,
some reason, I want to believe in the Ghost Hunter because they're saying that okay, we're going and we're finding trying to find out something is there. But
mhm.
for some reason, I don't want to believe in a psychic dude. I really don't understand the concept of psychic. Most often or not, I I maybe I am just assuming. It seems like they're faking.
Yeah, I mean, could be that. I mean, it is definitely, to an extent, it's definitely a hoax business, I would
Hmm.
say, ghost hunting. But for a logic level, I think could be there. Some people have that, that sense about who are more inclined to receive those frequencies which other people are not getting.
So no, towards this I'll have one question. So do they have a limited access and knowledge towards their psychic powers? They just want to focus on something, or they'll know everything about the world?
I think it's a very broad subject of being a psychic, because if they are claiming that they have some kind of power that they can sense these energies,
They could sense IPL, right? Better than this guy.
like they can sense in particularly what room that energy is, and they will guide it. They will take you to that room
So
only.
towards only to the energies, that's it, nothing
Yeah,
else.
yeah, that's their job, I think.
Yeah,
Okay, only the energies. That's all.
exactly.
And
They're
go
not
then.
talking about what is there a person or is there anything. They say there is a positive energy here, there is a negative energy here. More or like an EMF meter, but
Mhm.
person.
Even
Yeah.
Gunjan, if you follow Ranveer Alawadia, you might have seen his that episode where he talks about his own personal sleep
Yeah,
paralysis
about that
story.
I think, oh god, sleep
Yeah,
paralysis.
he called a psychic to his home, and he said that
Uh-huh. Mhm.
at
Which
that last room there was
Yeah,
a hospital before, and he could
right,
sense.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
can you tell me the name of it?
It's wait,
If you
just
just search for Ranveer Alawadia horror story, it will just come on the top.
What's his name?
yeah.
Ranveer Alawadia, or just write Beer Biceps horror story, and it will, I think, come on top.
Oh, okay. Ranveer. Oh, he narrated. Okay, Bia Biceps. Oh, Ranveer. This guy is it?
Beer Biceps, I think, does everything now. A podcast about death and or horror and all everything like that.
Now it's gone to hell. Like
Yeah, I'll
everything
share the
it
link.
says, it's not unbelievable, not believable.
This is the link if you want to see.
So, like, this one concept someone told me about. You wear, the nature of color, right? White color has a nature of reflecting everything, and black has a nature of absorbing everything. It's like, even when you wear very light shades of color, white color and everything, you are tend to reflecting off more energies, and not absorbing a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard
And
this.
if you wear more darker and black shade and everything, it's
You're trying
like
to absorb.
you absorb every energy that is going, positive, negative, whatever it is. And
It is
now,
just simple science, right? Because black absorbs and white reflects.
yeah, but now, like, with someone told me logic about the same thing with the psychic, that the psychic has a mind space of like a white color, like the spectrum of brain is toward the lighter shade. They are absorbing every energy that is around them, and that's why they are able to feel more than what anyone else is about feeling in that particular moment, because they are absorbing more energy than a normal person in that particular time, and then that's why they are able to sense everything that is
Yeah, if
happening.
there's one thing we all should take away from this session today is we should start wearing white clothes.
But it's also like, then you also be reflecting off the positive energy. It's a trade-off. It's actually a trade-off. Yeah, if you wear black, you will also absorb positive energy as
Positive.
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
it depends on, like, where for example, in Hindu culture, that's why you wear white at a funeral, right? Because
yeah. You don't want to
it's a
absorb.
negative environment. Yeah, so you don't tend to absorb other energy a lot, and you are.
Now, is it not contradicting in itself now because most of the ghosts are represented white in color, saying like white dress पहन के घूम रहा था ऐसा कुछ बोलता है तो then is it emitting a white and positive energy? Shouldn't it be black and
No,
white?
white doesn't mean positive. White just means giving. It's reflecting. It's
Yeah,
throwing away.
Yeah, then shouldn't it be throwing positive energy then? If a ghost is in white, at least that's how it has been represented in most of the pop culture, right? Or the cinema culture. Ghost का मतलब है it is white and white ड्रेस पहन के कुछ तो क्या बोलते हैं इसको अंधेरे में घूम रहा है.
नहीं,
Mhm.
इधर के गोस्ट व्हाइट पहनते हैं, उधर के गोस्ट ब्लैक पहनते हैं.
कहाँ के ghost?
बाहर के.
बाहर के इंडिया के गोस्ट व्हाइट पहनते हैं, व्हाइट साड़ी में घूमते हैं. बाहर के गोस्ट
But
काले
I
कपड़ों में
think
घूमते
this conception of ghosts wearing white only, it came from in like movies only.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
from
think
Bollywood only. Yeah, because
it's not
Ghost Hunters के podcast, whenever they do, like, they never make it like that only.
Yeah.
They, I mean, what they say is, okay, if there's entity, mostly the entities never communicate in the sense of, okay, some shape is showing या कोई person दिख रहा है.
Hmm.
When now the entities also require energy to do all kind of stuff, and when they get energy, that those EMF and everything, right? When they are at their peak maximum, they are getting more energy. They might be able to reflect some of that energy out, and they might show a little bit of the shape, but they cannot take a shape of a person or something like that. In most of the cases, your brain is your brain plays games. You see a shape, and then your brain, and it is bits and pieces of it. It's scattered, and your brain just pulls,
Hmm.
puts that together for yourself and makes it look like a person, but which is actually not a person like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is. I have heard this somewhere. Like that's how you make out shapes, right? Clouds ka shapes and
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, whenever you in the dark, if you look at the dress hanger,
Mhm.
like wherever you hang your clothes, right?
Right.
In the dark, when you look at it, you feel that something is actually standing there because your brain is trying to in the darkness it is trying to figure out a shape out of the darkness there.
Yeah, it will come up with the most dangerous thing that it could.
Seriously. Yeah. Oh, guys, it's 12:53, so we are almost. So we have done this for 3 hours now.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was a good session.
Thank you, thank you. So how so the newcomers Yadav and Gunjal, how did you like it, or do you want to continue it? Do you want to come every week?
Yeah, I loved it. I can't say for every week. I mean, like, because might have some other things to do as well. But I definitely loved coming to the session. I mean, like, I was just a little skeptical about how the people would be here, and maybe uh, boring stories or something like that. But yeah, it was a very great experience. Like, everyone's perspective and everything is just very nice
What's
to
your
see.
age, man?
It's 23.
Oh, you're quite young then.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yadav bro, what's your full name? I couldn't get your name.
Mohan. Mohan Yadav.
Mohan. I've been calling you Yadav all this while. Sorry for that.
Yeah, yeah, no worries, man. You can call me anything.
So yeah, if you guys want to, I've shared the WhatsApp group on the chat. So please do join the WhatsApp group. And
Yeah.
if you are available every week, I mean, we'll be sending out a poll on WhatsApp whether would you be joining or not. If you are joining, plus
Mhm.
I'll send a what do you call a link.
I
Super.
already joined the group.
Sorry.
If I join every week, they really debate all the time. So there will be no
That's what we
stories from my
want. No,
end to
that
talk.
also we want healthy debates. We don't want to get into a fight. We want to respect everyone's opinion. We are not really here to say that whatever you're saying is a complete bullshit or whatever you're saying is completely
We
right.
don't have any specific beliefs. We
Yeah,
encourage science. We encourage those.
Listen all the
It's
stories.
our own personal beliefs.
it's
Maza
we हमको मजा आना. We want to listen to the stories. We want to have that good time. We want to talk about it. That's it. We want to get.
we
So
also
you guys plan any meetup or go somewhere to explore
I'm
and
the
see?
culprit. We have been wanting. People have been wanting to do it for a while, but I haven't been planning in it.
Let's plan it sometime then. I
whatever.
just wanted to see that in live. So how people will react to that, or
No.
how it happens.
Oh, you want to go to an actual haunted location and see, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that is just too much for someone who doesn't give a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see the reaction of the people. That's what I said, right? I don't want to see the ghost.
Okay.
I want to see the reaction. That's what I said.
Yeah, where do you live?
Hyderabad.
Hmm?
Hyderabad.
Okay. Then I guess Hyderabad folks can hook you up with something.
Hyderabad folks, please. Hyderabad folks.
That
So I'll
quite
come to
not-
Bangalore for that. If you have a ghost now, places or very famous entities
Sorry to say that
in
if you have
Bangalore.
a ghost holding up somewhere, call me.
Yeah, Tegbhai knows a place called Chekmangaluru.
Yeah. No. There is a story which was shared by one of our previous.
Yeah,
guests.
we don't want that.
Please
I
do.
know.
Please go and look into in our YouTube channel or in the Instagram. I can give you. I'll share both the link.
Even shared it, right? The Gaon. Yeah, I got to know about it. It's not that far. It's 6 kilometers in this way from my place. 6 to 7, I guess.
Whitefield.
So everything is very close to you, Dick.
Not that. Like Jeevan shared that one place, right? In Banalghatta Road.
Oh no, I'm talking about the other one, the lady who lost her.
That's it's scary, man. That is like 20-25 kilometers away.
Yeah, that's in Whitefield.
Yeah.
What did she lost?
She lost her baby. She had a miscarriage because of the incident that has happened in her house. And
He's talking about my friend.
oh yeah, Devansh's friend. Yes.
That shit is scary.
So, like, what happened after miscarriage?
I mean, it's a big story. You have to go. Maybe if you can, I'm sharing the links of YouTube and this one.
No, to cut short the summary.
So they moved into a house which was at a really less price. They've taken it for rent. It's a flat. They moved in there, a wife and husband. She was pregnant. She was carrying when they moved in. Her husband, and her in-law as well. I guess a mother-in-law as well. They moved there. The day itself, she has noticed a figure standing in the house, but no one believed her. And later on, she's been after moving in, they've started see she started seeing many things. She started seeing people. She started seeing kids in the house and everything. She told that to her husband and her mother-in-law. And they tried to ignore her, saying that it is your since you are carrying, it could be a hallucination kind of thing. They've tried to ignore her. Later on, they've sent her to her mother's place and everything for delivery, but there was a miscarriage. She couldn't. Nothing has happened. When she has moved to her mother's place after miscarriage, her husband started seeing those entities, the woman, the children, and he started hearing the voices as well. First, he started hearing the voices. Later on, he started seeing a woman and two other kids in the house. He called up his wife and he told him that I've also started seeing. Then she yelled at him saying that when I was there for last 6 months, when this miscarriage has happened with me, no one tried to believe me. Now after this thing has happened, they've gone to a really far extent. That's what tried Manchu. They wanted to even get separated or something like that. Devanshu?
They they face a lot of problems. I can't say all those things, but yes.
Yeah, they've gone to a really, but after her husband also started seeing all these things, then they've accepted that whatever has happened to her was actually true, and then they moved into a new house. And
Why do I feel like we always see these things in horror movie, but we don't believe in real
until
world?
date, that house is still vacant, and the people. So the owners were their friends. It seems they live in Germany, and they just rented out the house, and no one could stay beyond 2 months. But these were the only people who stayed for 6 months there. And after this incident, no one else has come into that house. At least that's what we had.
The property rate would have gone very low.
No, it's just a flat. It's the entire. I don't know. I don't know. It's in Whitefields, and Whitefields is not cheap. Not cheap.
Suresh, can you share the actual link? You shared the page link, but
Okay.
this story, exact story video, can you share that?
Hold on. Let me see if I've uploaded it over here. Yeah,
No, I'm feeling very sorry for that lady, but
yeah.
not these kind of stories. I mean, people will tell, right? There is a booth bangla and there are big trees. Shit is hanging around the trees.
Yeah, stereotypical stories.
Yeah. But
Those kind of stories.
the when she was narrating this thing, I've just shared the link. What she
That's very bad. Like
she
that can't even imagine. Like she lost something very
had
precious, right? So
100% conviction in her voice. She was really depressed when she shared this entire story, and she never joined the podcast after this one. After that meet.
uh, so
So,
not like that. We need a funny stories. Like people will say that this bungalow is 100 years old and there is this tree. There are ghosts hanging around on this tree. Let's go and see them.
We
yeah,
have
let's
a
buy this house.
like this, right? Our funny guy is not present today, actually. Shambhav.
His
That kind of places, is there any? Then we can go in with it. Not kind of the depressing places. Like there you have to stay for 2 weeks and get a girl, get her pregnant, and see what will happen. And that's gonna take a lot of time. So
but yeah, that is one of the scariest stories which we had over here. And Yajent, all this
that's
time,
not a scariest story. That's a saddest story, I can say.
yeah, sad, and yeah, we had both. Yes, yeah.
So
Then,
let's see if you guys plan anything. Let's catch up and see.
sure, sure. Okay. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Hopefully you'll join next week as well. That's it for today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It was
Thanks
really fun.
everyone.
Bye bye. Please do
Bye.
subscribe, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like
Definitely.
the video. And everyone, good night. Bye bye. Good night. End.